It's over 20 years since I was asked to join a group of visionaries as an Earth Charter Commissioner to draw up a charter for our Earth. Can you imagine just how privileged and how humbled I felt to be part of this global mission? Today, the beginning of the Charter's preamble resonates even more powerfully than it did the first time when it stated that we stand at a critical moment in Earth's history and a time when humanity must choose its future. Referring to Earth as our home, the Charter's strong message about the extent to which every country in the world was interconnected and interdependent is clearly demonstrated by what we are experiencing today as we find ourselves in the middle of an international pandemic and a global economic depression. If we are to have learnt anything from current circumstances, it is that the sense of urgency described by the Earth Charter in relation to the then global situation has presently become a global emergency. Looking at our world today, the seriousness of global problems as described by the Charter have only intensified. To name a few, the devastation caused by dominant patterns of production and consumption, the depletion of resources, and a massive extinction of species, whereas in other contexts, the benefits of development that are not equitably shared, and the gap between rich and poor, between and within countries that continues to grow. Here in the Arab region to which I belong, a region rich in both human and natural resources, wars and military interventions have since depleted countries of their human as well as economic capital. We also witness how in numerous spots throughout the world plagued by instability and conflict, where democracy and the rule of law is weak, injustice and corruption prevail. Yet even as the Charter warned of the consequences of overburdened ecological and social systems, threatening the very foundations of global security, it talked about options available to us from knowledge and technology to provide for all and reduce impact on the environment, to building a more democratic and humane world through global civil society. Today, as the international community grapples with the uncertainties and challenges which lie ahead, the inclusive vision of the Charter for the way forward comes to mind. A revisiting of concepts and values often overlooked, such as inclusivity, participation, and empowerment, underlies the vision for the way ahead. From individuals and families, organizations and communities, to creative leadership from the arts, sciences, religions, educational institutions, and NGOs, together with business and the media, all are stakeholders. However, as also pointed out by the Charter, most crucial for effective governance was the role of governments, including the partnership between governments, civil society, and business. Even more specifically at the present time, I would add that these parties simply cannot afford not to work together in joining their combined strengths and capacities. But as I end my message, marking 20 years since the launch of this remarkable forward-looking document, the Earth Charter, I would single out one global force that makes the possibility of change believable, and that force lies in the power of youth. We have seen the transformative power of youth at work. Its energy is undeterred and its impact far-reaching. I very much hope that, in the words of the Charter, by protecting Earth's vitality, diversity, and beauty, the impact made by young people everywhere will be a powerful catalyst so that caring for Earth, our home, does indeed become a sacred trust.